Welcome Welcome everyone. Oh, that coffee's rank. I had to. We've run out of sugar, and so I put some cold water in the pot of sugar and tried to get the stuff from around the edge, and then sort of poured it into the coffee, and it's gross. Yeah, that's not good at all. Hello, Jake. How you doing, mate? How's work been for you? Oh, worst coffee ever. Chelt, welcome. How you doing, mate? Return of ammo. What a week, man. It's been so busy. I almost didn't get a video out today. I didn't think I was going to have time to edit at all. Managed to find a bit of time this afternoon, which explains why it's a little bit late out. I'm very well, mate, thank you. Yeah. Lindsay, welcome. Welcome. I think this is the busiest I've been, which is crazy because it's like we're getting into winter now, aren't we? Marius, how you doing, mate? Having Zach with me, my brother, is sort of giving me a push to sort of Glyn, welcome to the club, man. Boosted member. Thank you very much. That's amazing. Glyn now has access to the Discord, private Discord. And the boosted members image packs. You get all the gutter clear pictures. 100 gutter clear pictures, I think. You get the residential 2-pack, which is pressure washing. And then you get the residential 1-pack as well to use for your advertising, websites, leaflets, social media. Thank you, Glyn. Welcome to the club. Gavin Pope, welcome. I might actually re-sand some jobs this week. Yeah, how are you getting on with that? It's been pretty damp, hasn't it? God, today was an absolute washout, man. It was so grim. Me and my brother were on one of the worst gutter jobs I think I've done, and it was tipping down with rain this morning. I've got a couple of pictures. So this one, God, I literally took that from exactly the same angle. Look at the precision on that before and after photo. That's what we like to see, innit? So this job was a video that I did a couple of weeks back, maybe a month or two actually. They've changed all this YouTube stuff around. This video here, big old mossy tarmac clean. So this same chap, I sort of suggested he might want to get his gutters doing. And the rear patio, and he said he's going to wait a couple of months, or going to wait a month or two to get the gutters done because the leaves are still falling. And he's got all these massive pine trees literally above his house. And what was it? Oh, that was it. Literally a couple of days after I cleaned this tarmac, I actually forgot that I had to resand. Let me see if I can show you. There was an area just in front of the door. This little block paved area just in front of the door, I forgot I needed to resand it. Like I did the job, got paid, went away and thought, sorted, job done. And then like a couple of days later I realised, oh my god, I cleaned that block paving. I haven't even resanded it, this bit here. And so I went back a few days later to resand. And already this nice fresh drive was absolutely covered in leaves, which I was really disappointed about. So I'm not surprised he wanted to wait to have the gutters done. But you can see on the roof there, can you see the roof? Yeah, there's so much moss, pine needles, leaves. So this is the one we returned to this morning. Massively underquoted this job. This is a common theme now. My brother keeps telling me I'm underpricing stuff, but this customer was a returning customer. They'd already paid me well to clear the drive. Left me a nice review, and so I was quite happy to do them a gutter clear at a reduced price. And then we did 2 of the gutter clears after this one, which were insane. Like look at that, literally a field in a gutter. Are we live? Is the chat moving? I can't see any messages. After Gavin Pope, evening, how did you get on with the limestone clean in the end? I've not heard back from the customer. I will be heading back at some point when we've got some good weather to reapply some biocide, but customer seemed happy. I do need to follow it up and just see if she wants me to revisit. Has the chat stopped? Oh, here we go. Carry on cleanings here. It's alright, we had loads of messages and then nothing. Carry on cleaning, how's it going? Yeah, this one we had to get up and do by hand. We can see you've got the gutter poles in here just for effect. Just for the photo, but this one we were literally pulling it out. It was like snakes, literally pulling out snakes from the gutters. It was insane. So we did three fairly hefty gutter cleans, and then Callum called to say that he was going to go to a solar panel proofing job early. We were supposed to do it on Thursday, but he's going today because he had a free afternoon. And so we went and met him on the job after we got a KFC together. And so Callum and Matt proofing the panels while we were washing them. I actually need to catch up on some invoices. Czech people are paying me. But it's crazy how much more work I'm putting in the calendar because Zach's with me now, because we're able to get through so much more. Like these gutter clears, this one here took 45 minutes, which we literally timed it from pulling up, getting everything out of the van, getting the ladders off, putting everything up, setting it all up, speaking to the customer, extension lead in, to breaking everything down and cleaning out the back and doing everything. 45 minutes for this one, which for the price of the job, front and back for the gutters, we're doing £40 a side at the minute. So 80 quid for 45 minutes work, really. If you can get like 5 or 6 of them a day, you'd be absolutely flying. And we're getting a bunch of inquiries now from not only from the website, but after putting some community posts out on Facebook as well. I'm still getting people messaging me from a community post that I put out like 3 weeks ago. When people on Facebook, you can, when you do a post, I might not be able to do it on here. I normally do it from my phone, but when I put a post on like this, you can click here and say get WhatsApp messages, and that puts a little bit at the bottom. So you put your photos, you put your text and stuff, and it puts this little tab at the bottom that allows people to click on that post, and it automatically generates a message for you in WhatsApp. So it's like a really quick way of them getting hold of you. And you can tell when someone's done it because it'll have a pre-written message saying, "Hi, I saw this post of yours on Facebook." And then it'll be like, and then they can add their own text at the bottom or something. So it's definitely worth doing that if you can. It looks like this. So it's got this tab at the bottom now, and then people can just click that. I've been doing Christmas lights as well. What a faff. Evening Russ, Luke, evening Shag. Hope you and the fam are well. We're doing good, thanks mate. Doing very well. How's everyone's week going? Is it a strong start to the week? It's always, you know, when it starts out all miserable and rainy and stuff, it's always like on a Monday, it was a weird feeling when it's gloomy and cold. These cold mornings, man, it's so tough to get out of bed. What I've started doing in the morning is trying to like have I'm trying to either set my clothes out for the next day, like everything, pants, socks, work trousers, under t-shirt, over t-shirt, jacket, figuring out which boots I'm going to wear. Like, if you have it in your head already and it's all sort of accessible, it makes getting out of bed so much easier. If you shower on the evening, and then as soon as your alarm clock goes off, just try and peel yourself out of bed and get straight into your clothes. Get warmed up straight away, ready for the day. Yeah, it's very difficult, but early mornings in the UK in winter are very difficult. But yeah, I've been putting some Christmas lights up. This was my second one I did. And here I'm just putting... so these top ones are obviously quite self-explanatory. I just use a few cable ties on each end. And then these ones on the bottom, I'm getting them little cable. It's like a nail with a hoop on the end. Nail, cable, brick, clip. These things, and you can kind of hammer them into the mortar between the bricks. So I always thought, like, how if I need to go from here to here and it's just brick, there's nothing to like clip it on or hang it on. You can't hang it on the gutters, you can't do that. I've always wondered how, and then I found these. They're really useful. We've got let's see what we've got. So this week we've got to go and biocide a roof on Wednesday morning. It's only a bungalow, so most of it can be done from the ground. We've got some Christmas lights to put up after that, quite a big one. And then we've got a clinic, big. It's like a salon clinic, big gutter job. It's quite a large building. Like, it's got 2 sections to the building. And then Friday, we're doing 2 sets of Christmas lights and some gutters. Today it was absolutely stacked. We had 3 gutter jobs and some solar panels to clean and a quote that I forgot to do, but luckily he said it's okay if I go back tomorrow. I'm always so annoyed with myself when that happens. It's not often, but occasionally I'll tell someone, I'm driving past tomorrow, do you want me to just nip in and give you a quote? And they'll say, oh yeah, that's great. Perfect timing, because I'll be in all day. And then I forget. And one, it looks like now I'm unreliable. Two, it looks like I don't care. If I'd have checked my calendar, I'd have seen the quote because I booked it in. But I thought, I already know what I'm doing today. I don't need to look at the calendar. It was dark when you finished today. We actually finished at like, we finished at about 1 o'clock today. We got to KFC for 1 o'clock. And then Callum called me to say we're doing the solar panels. And I was like, should we go surprise him? He didn't even know we were coming to wash them for him. He thought we were, he was gonna proof them, and then we were gonna go wash them on Thursday. But I said, should we go and surprise him and wash them today? And we'll all have a little meet up. I'm so glad we did. It was so funny. This group of individuals. Oh, we'd have such a laugh on a night out or something. It was so funny. We've all I feel like we've all got a very similar sense of humour. This looks like we look like we're in a boy band here. It's actually funny, we do look like a boy band. I keep missing a package from Pure Seal. They've tried to deliver this package. FedEx have tried to deliver this package 3 times, and I've missed it every time. And now I don't know what happens to it because they haven't given me like an opportunity to go and pick it up from anywhere. Like, it doesn't say they've taken it back to the depot or anything, so I wonder if they're going to return it to the sender, which will be annoying. Get yourself an 18-month-old who thinks it's a party at 5 AM on the daily. Mate, to be fair, my 3-year-old, she keeps she's doing so well actually. She's out of nappies, and she wakes herself up in the middle of the night and comes and tells us she needs a wee. But she's very emotional about it. It's like the end of the world. It's like, I need a wee. It's like, it's okay. Well done for waking up. And at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it's when she's on the verge of having an absolute meltdown. It's so risky. Saying that, meant to say on the pear video, weirdest thing I've pulled from gutters is 2 4 or 5 foot scaff bars, like scaffolding bars. Yeah, we had a funny gutter clear the other day. There's all sorts of goodies in gutters, isn't there? Look. Pull it out. Oh my god. Super icy. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. You say you found a pear in there as well? It's weird because the rest of it... I've never found a pear in a gutter. That's all ice, that is. So, do you want some lunch? You actually bit it. Go on. Go on. The other gutters weren't icy. The ones on the house, this was on the garage. It's because the house is heated, isn't it? That makes sense. So the house is heated, so the gutters didn't freeze over. But on the garage, it's not. Just flow testing this one because the customer said the original reason she got us over is because she said she had a leak on the gutter, or the neighbour told her she had a leak on the gutter. But I flow tested it, left that hose running in the gutter, and neither of us could find the leak. So I just said, look, if you see a leak, I'm guessing it's because the gutters are quite shallow. We've had very heavy rain recently, and it's just poured over the top. But if you do see a leak, I'll come back free of charge and I'll squirt some sealer in there. At BBC in Cardiff, where they filmed Casualty. You were clearing gutters at BBC in Cardiff. What other firms are there other than Pure Seal? There's a good one called Smart Seal. I don't know if they do chemicals necessarily, but they do a lot of sealers. I've bought a couple of sealers from them before. Well, they've got a pretty website as well. They've updated all this. Ooh, roof sealing. Like roof painting. That might be a very good service to offer. Oh, they do, I'm guessing that's like biocide. Coloured roof coating. Product cleaning, patio cleaner, driveway cleaner, oil removers. Yeah, I guess they do some oil remover for tarmac and asphalt. A lot of oh, that is quite expensive for 5 litres. I guess it's like a super concentrated version. Floor seal and help just jumped in. Richard, welcome. What do you mean help? Floor seal. I actually don't know many of the chemical suppliers. I know what's the green one? Could someone remind me of the green one? Specifically a green biocide. GK Pro. GK products, there we go. Yeah, they do stuff. Never ordered from them. I think Sid Partridge has used GK Pro. I don't know if he still does. So they do a yeah, they do a biocide product as well. This is the worst coffee I've ever had. Oh, hello, Richard. Welcome. Jenny Kiam. BPD, welcome. I've heard of Jenny Kiam. I've never looked. Best in class traffic film remover. How are they measuring that? Ooh, winter products. Do they sell? They do. Spreaders. This is exactly what I want. And it's orange. This is perfect. 205 quid in stock. I don't know if we're going to have much salt spreading work. This looks very cool. Like, is that nerdy? That's pretty nerdy in it to think this is cool. A salt spreader. That's clearly the throttle for extra speed. I'd like to do some salt spreading work just to. I feel like I don't want to speak too soon, but potentially I feel like salt spreading Could be extremely easy money. Grab a bunch of salt, stick it in your bucket, and walk. Price per square meter. I should have added that to our email. It's on the website, so. But it's cool to see they're doing like brown de-icing salt and grit. Why do they do brown? Does anyone know? Because brown always looks rubbish. And it can stain, can't it? Can't the brown stuff stain? Pure clean salt. Is the brown stuff just cheaper maybe? Clean white de-icing salt. No mess when used on paths and driveways. Versus the brown. Rock salt. Traditionally known as road grit. I wonder if you use the brown salt. Someone mentioned this a while back. Use the brown salt. And it leaves everything looking like a mess. But it does its job. So the customer's happy. And then they call you back in the new year to come and pressure wash everything because you made it look a mess with your salt. I don't know. Bonnyman's are good. The Dirt Doctor, welcome. I like this website. What's this website? Jenny Kiam. Bonnyman's. Ooh. Ooh. This looks posh, doesn't it? Soft wash products, biocides. Soft wash biocide. £11. I suppose you don't know what sort of strength it is without reading into it. Lead stain remover. I guess the lead stain remover would be for when you've like used hypo on it, stripped down onto lead flashing maybe. Render stain remover, black stain, K-Rend. Oh, they've got a couple of sprayers, but they're out of stock. They're hypo. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Four times 5 litres of 15% hypo is £9. Is that real? That seems... Oh, that okay. Now that I've clicked on it. £33 for 20 litres. Okay, so it's not that great of a deal. I guess they have to ship it in... They can only ship it in quantities of... I don't know. I want to look on this website a little bit more. What surface cleaner do you use? I use the one from Equip to Clean, and I thoroughly recommend it. It's the 18-inch rotary surface cleaner. It looks like they've changed the photos. I ordered it when I saw the photos. It had 3 wheels. Oh, the bar's still not correct. Well, I mean, looking at the one I've got, that's actually cheaper than when I bought it. Oh no, it's not. £400. The one I ended up with, the picture looked like it had 3 wheels and 1 bar, but when I received it, it had 4 wheels and 3 bars. So instead of the water coming out of 2 nozzles, it was divided into 3 nozzles. I didn't realise at the time, but that actually makes quite a big difference to the performance. But as I've found with some of the Equip to Clean products, they're not always as described, so you never really know what you're going to get in the post. I've ordered various things from them, and it's hit and miss as to whether you get what you actually paid for. But yeah, 5-star reviews. Just bear in mind, like, I've left some lower than 5-star reviews on this website and they're not there anymore. It'd be interesting to see if you leave like a 1-star review on a product that you've actually bought, that you're actually not happy with, whether you'd actually ever see that on the website, because I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. What's the difference between biocide and sodium hypochlorite? Probably a lot of differences, to be honest. Although I'm not the person to be able to tell you in depth what the differences are. All I know is sodium hypochlorite is essentially what makes up bleach and pool chlorine. Highly concentrated. 14 to 15% is the stuff that I buy. I think the stuff you get in the shop to put down your toilet, the normal bleach, is roughly about... Let's have a look actually. Doesn't say there. I would be interested to compare it to like a standard. Where will tell me? I suppose I could type in what percentage is standard domestic bleach. Most household bleach contains 5 to 9% sodium hypochlorite. That's actually higher than I expected, because if you consider we're diluting it down to like 3, or between 2 and like 6% when we're cleaning with it, although we're cleaning a much larger area. So you could potentially get away with using household bleach on your patio if you've only got a small area. Dilute it, half, 50-50 water and bleach. It wouldn't go very far, but it'd get the job done. It's actually surprised me that that's quite a bit higher than I expected. So sodium hypochlorite, you're getting pretty much instant results. It's basically bleach. You're dissolving all the lichen and the organic staining, so whether it's algae, black spots and lichen and stuff. It's very effective. You've got to be very careful which surfaces you're using it on though. Whereas biocide will give you much longer lasting results, but they won't be as instant. So the sodium hypochlorite, once it's done its reaction, once it's dormant, after about an hour, you rinse it away, essentially turns into salt, and then the chemical reaction is finished. Whereas once you've put the biocide down, you won't get that instant result, but it will continue to activate every time it rains. And so that biocide will stay on that surface for up to like 12 months to 2 years, and it'll keep activating every time it rains. So depending on the surface type and how porous the surface is and stuff, is dependent on how well it sticks to the surface, whether it absorbs into it or just sits on it and then washes away. So I asked the other day about solar panels. Can you use biocide on solar panels? And Pure Seal responded and said it would virtually be a waste of product because it wouldn't be absorbed into the solar panel because it's just metal and glass, so it would be a bit pointless. But I thought biocide in solar panels was a common practice. I saw on the GK Pro they advertise one of their products, one of their biocides, as like a solar panel cleaner. Here we go. High purity biocide, so it cannot harm any component used in the manufacture of panels. So this is the big thing when it comes to cleaning solar panels. Most people are using pure water, because if you use caustic TFRs and like other degreasers, it's going to affect the frames and all the different components in the panels. Not necessarily the glass, I don't think. But you've got to be very, very careful around solar panels. Also, turn them off before you start work. Top tip. Hello, Dave. You right, mate? The salt is brown because it's a mix of salt and grit. Oh, okay. So the grit would presumably stay on the surface after the salt has dissipated. Jenny Kiam is 30 quid for 20 litres of sodium hypochlorite and free UK delivery for orders over £25. I think I get 25 litres of 15% sodium hypochlorite for £27 from my local farm shop. So it's 5 extra litres and 3 less pounds. Yeah, if you can, buy local. Saves yourself, well, saves having to, I'm sure the delivery is included in the price somewhere, isn't it? Packaging and stuff. Well, that's them out of my bookmarks. Who? Oh, Equipped to Clean. Don't take it from me. This is just my experience. Some of it's speculation, some of it's experience. So, please don't take my word for it. Form your own opinions. If you order products from them and you're happy with the products you receive, leave them good reviews. And yeah, I don't like it when I don't want to be that person who slates other companies. But you know, when you've had a bad experience, then it is good to share it, but maybe not on the platform that I've got, because I don't want to come across as biased in any way, in a positive way for a business, or in a negative way, really. But I suppose it's important to share your experiences. I guess that's why people watch my channel. Squeaky Clean Dave's in the house. Dave, have you I watched your video earlier. Very exciting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to use that new? I think it's all been dry fitted, hasn't it? So you haven't actually fired it up yet. Just looked at the bottle of Aldi bleach, 4.6%. Okay. So if you mix that 50-50 with water, you'd end up at 2.3%, which is like a standard soft wash solution. And then consider how much that bottle of bleach costs versus how far it's going to spread 50-50 with water. I could see an argument for it if you're just getting started. Although then you'll end up with many, many empty bottles of bleach. So maybe not. Be careful, as most solar panel companies void the warranty if chemicals are used. Exactly, yeah. That's what I told my brother today. GK Pro has two actions. Powerful surfactant, so it foams and attacks the dirt and grime. On a sloping array, the expectation is the panels are self-cleaning. However, in areas of high debris or damp, we recommend a manual clean every year. Manufacturer of panels, bleach solvents have the potential of oxidizing in contact with other materials. Biodegradable, and for field-based arrays, it's safe for animal grazing once dry. So they're promoting this product as a solar panel cleaner or a post-treatment. Can anyone work that out? Solar panel PV cleaning. I think they're marketing it as a cleaning product. Because I quoted someone, I think I'm doing their solar panels on Friday, and I quoted to clean and then apply the biocide, understanding what biocide will do. But your seal seem to think it's a waste of product. These look cool, these rotating brushes. Is that one of those? I saw a video the other day of someone using a rotary brush to clean solar panels. It looked very, very effective. Can we get Sid Partridge on the live stream, or is he too famous for us riffraff? You'll have to ask him, mate. I think I've messaged him. I've messaged him in the past to help me, to see if he wanted to help me on a wall clean, because I don't have steam, and this was a very long massive house, absolute mansion of a house out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful big tarmac drive. The drive wrapped around the back of the property and all the way up, spiraled up the garden, and there was this wall that was running all the way down, and it had like a top on it and the sides, and it was sort of getting a bit black. And I thought that would be ideal for like a nice steam wash, rather than using loads of chemicals or using too much pressure and potentially degrading the top of the walls. But you never replied. I don't even know if you read it. You know, with Instagram now, you're messaging people, you don't know whether it's fallen into their spam, like requests section, and then you've got a primary and a general inbox. Like, it's all very confusing, so I doubt he's even read it. But we might also be riffraff, I don't know. You could use non-solvent TFR on solar panels, maybe. Is that like non-caustic? Is that the same thing? I need to find out what this means. What does non-caustic mean? It doesn't burn or corrode through chemical action. This way, the surface of the material stays undamaged while the paint, grease and debris is removed. Moreover, the coat after a paint stripping process prevents the formation of rust. Coat after a paint stripping process. Non-caustic TFR benefits. Actually, why are we even bothering? Let's just ask ChatGPT. Which chemicals would you recommend for cleaning solar panels without risking damage? Water. In many cases, water alone may be sufficient to clean solar panels. Mild dish soap. So I'm guessing like, is that like washing up liquid? Isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol can be effective for removing grease or stubborn residue. White vinegar can be used for cleaning solar panels. Isn't vinegar acidic? Is vinegar acidic? Or is it an alkali? I think vinegar's acid, isn't it? I can't remember which one that is. Commercial solar panel cleaners. There are commercially available solar panel cleaners, usually formulated to be gentle on the panels but effective at removing dirt. It's important to note the following: use soft material, soft brushes or sponges, microfiber cloths to avoid scratching the panels. Avoid abrasives. Clean in the morning or in the evening. It's best to clean the solar panels to avoid thermal shock. Check the manufacturer's guidelines. Thanks, ChatGPT. I guess also if you're cleaning in like direct sunlight, whatever chemical you are going to end up using, you don't want it to dry on the surface. I'm very happy that I found that salt spreader in orange as well. What are the odds of that on a random chemical website? Andy, Ace of Sprays, welcome. How's your start to the week been? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm about 100. Just dry fit at the moment. Nice. The bottom edge of the panels has a ridge so that algae and moss can build up. Yeah, we noticed that today. On the bottom of each panel there was moss growing out of the little, yeah, Birkin. Need an in-depth video on sodium hypochlorite, how much to mix, different strengths and such. Okay, that's a nice idea for a video. Now that I've got my brother, it could be something I show and explain to him while I'm filming it. So the person in front has the opportunity to ask questions from a perspective as someone who hasn't used it before. When my brother does solar panels, if it needs biocide, he cleans with it. So he cleans with the biocide. And then presumably he still rinses afterwards. I know someone who will have steam soon. Yeah, that's a good point. You will, won't you? If there's any steam cleaning I need help with, you'll be the first on the list, Dave. What surface cleaner do you use? Direct Jet. I think I already answered that further up. Yeah, you've missed it, mate. I'll show you again because I'm a nice guy. Equipped to clean, 18-inch surface cleaner. Thoroughly recommended. As long as you keep it greased, you've got to grease these bearings with a grease gun. With that little nipple there. And obviously you can change the jets and it comes with 25-degree fan jets, but you can change those to whatever you want, to whichever orifice size to suit your machine. And Equipped to Clean sell all those different nozzles as well. I think mine's probably due some new casters. It's getting a bit rickety. But yeah, ideally you want to grease it after every single use. No rinse after cleaning. So clean with biocide, and then is he rinsing with like pure water or just tap water? Did I miss the brother intro on the video? Did I miss the brother intro on a video? Not really. I posted a video today late. It didn't come out at R5 like it was supposed to. We didn't really introduce him, but he was just working with me today. So that's the video there. Came out an hour ago. I'll have to do like a more in-depth one. And chat to him about what the plan is over the next few weeks and months. I've got to say, for someone who's never pressure washed before, he's already massively adding value. Like we're going so much faster together than I would be on my own. So one, we're able to fit more work in. Two, he's helping me out with the quotes. Like, if you consider he's never quoted a pressure washing job before, he talks a lot of sense, especially with the gutter clearing quotes as well. He's like, okay, how long is it going to take you? How much have you got in this? How much are you going to make after, like, what's your hourly rate? What's this? And he's asking me all these questions that are prompting me to think about stuff I haven't thought about before. And then when I'm quoting things that I think, yeah, that was probably a bit cheap, he's confirming, like, yeah, that sounds very cheap. Because if you look at this, this, and this. But then at the same time, I've got the experience of the last 2 years where I've been winning and losing various jobs. And I've got like a sort of a sweet spot where my prices, where I'm happy with the prices versus the amount of jobs that I'm losing out on because it's too expensive. Like, I've only been told a couple of times, that sounds too steep. That was more than I expected. That doesn't happen very regularly, so maybe I should try pushing it a bit more. Because the service we offer is cracking. Like, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but we go to a good length to try and get, you know, fantastic results on the job. And sometimes you don't get the result you're hoping for, but I mean, the effort we go into to make sure it's a thorough job done. Like, there was one today, we can actually show you. Did I post it here? No, I didn't. You're not going to be able to see. This is a conservatory roof. Yeah, you can't see. Damn it. And basically, the one side of the conservatory roof was on the neighbour's side. And I think, ordinarily, I don't think you'd be expected to go onto the neighbour's side to clear that part of the gutter. Because when we've quoted, I don't know even if I agree with this now that I'm saying it. But it's like, I know for a fact a lot of people would have just left that side. And Zach was actually telling me, you haven't priced that into the job. Leave it. That's not expected. Because it means you've got to go around next door, unplug the vacuum, take it through their house, plug the extension lead back in, take all the poles through. And it's like, it's a lot of extra effort just to get to one row of gutters that isn't even visible from this house. But we did it in the end. We actually managed to get like the poles in a certain angle where we could sort of shimmy down the side, and it's like, how many people are going to do that really? Going up going up with a ladder afterwards, taking all the photos to send to the customer, checking your work. Like, Zach's doing the vacuuming while I'm up the ladder, making sure, yeah, back a bit, that's it, you got that last bit. Now let's do the lower bit. It's like, with the pressure washing stuff as well, your price very much dependent on the level of service you think you're offering. It's not only the equipment and how fast you can get it done, it's the quality of the work that you're doing the result that you get at the end. Yeah, the products that you're using, the longevity of how long that pressure washing job is going to last, in terms of, are you pressure washing with chemicals? Are you resanding in like a timely manner to help prevent the weeds from growing back too quickly? Because if you're not doing those things, then the weeds are going to come back quicker. You're probably not getting rid of all the black spots, and that level of service compared to someone who is doing those things, like, it justifies a more expensive price. It's not to say that this person isn't doing it correctly or they're doing it wrong. It's just you can justify charging higher when you're offering a higher level of service to the customer. The pear video, I assume that was your brother. I did watch it, yes. Yeah, here he is, look at the bottom. Cheeky chappy. Do you think we look similar? Doesn't seem to matter what I quote. My wife says it's never enough. Really? Is that serious? Are you being serious there? Like, is she offering you like actual feedback, or does she want you to get her a new car? Like, you used to work together a lot on jobs, didn't you, Dave? You and your wife. I'm sure you told me you both had a van each, which is very cool. Whatever happened to the school you won, Jake? Seems a bit ago, but no video yet. We've got it booked in for the 22nd of December, literally the Friday before Christmas, because it's a teacher training day. So they wanted it while the teachers are in, but the kids are off. Not even sure if I'm going to be able to film while we're doing it. Hopefully we can. I mean, there's no reason why we can't, because the kids aren't in. So it's 120 solar panels, 50 windows, like high reach windows, 5 like perspex shelters, like bike shelter style things, and then 260 meters of gutters to vacuum. My plan was to do the gutters and the shelters, and Dave do the solar panels and the high reach windows. I don't know why I'm calling them high reach windows. They're like skylights. I think that's what they're called. It's like 50 of those. But to be honest, I don't know. One, I don't know if Dave is going to be able to do 120 solar panels and 50 windows on his own in one day. And the other thing is, now we've got Zach. Zach can also be helping with my water fed pole to maybe clean some solar panels or something. I don't really know what we're going to do. But I mean, I'm sure they'll have no issue with us coming back if we don't finish it all in one day. I think we're probably... It might be a stretch to do it all in one day, but I'm not expecting the gutters to take me all day, to be fair. I reckon the gutters will be half a day if there's no issues. And then maybe I can jump on the solar panels with Dave. And yeah, we worked together for years. Only problem, we spent every minute of every day together, and we ended up bickering, so we got her own van. Was that actually the motivation behind getting her own van, literally for the health of your relationship, or was it because the business was growing, or was it just a bit of both? I've got a spare reeled pole. A reeled pole. What's a reeled pole? If you've got a spare like water fed pole that goes high, yeah, for sure Zach could be using that. Spare reel and pole. Okay, sounds good. Because I think ideally you're going to be doing it from the roof anyway, aren't you? You're going to be climbing up on the roof because they've got all the tie-off points for harnesses and stuff already on the roof, so that'd be handy. My week's okay. On shift tonight and tomorrow, then Thursday, and cleaning kicks in again for 3 days. What, Andy, remind me of what you do on shift. On shift tonight and tomorrow. And then you got 3 days of cleaning. Gary, welcome, mate. How you doing? Sid recorded a school. Yeah, I've seen a couple of Sid's videos where he's done like playground cleaning and gutter cleaning at schools. Good to meet you the other day. Squeaky clean. The van is going to be amazing when it's finished. Always allow more time than you expect on bigger jobs. Yeah. Although this is all quite low to the ground work, and they're all the big wide box gutters. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is the downpipes being blocked. I might end up having to rod some downpipes out, which they go straight into like a gully in the ground gutters, so that might be difficult. But we'll get through it. We'll do what needs to be done to get the job done, won't we? On our gutter job this morning, this one, we pulled up and I heard a pressure washer going, and literally like 4 houses down, H2O were pressure washing a drive in the same street that we were doing the gutters. And our customer actually went out to them and said, "Are you guys cleaning my gutters today?" Because they noticed they'd started work down the road. And they went, no. She went, "Oh, I think it might be someone else actually." Oh. I went out and clean. I did some street cleaning with H2O the other day. Did I get any pictures? It might have. Oh, it was probably a story. I don't think I took any. Did I? No, I didn't. Damn it. They've probably got it on their Facebook. It was over 1,000 square meters of bricks, like granite block paving, in a street in Edgbaston, I think it was. Not that one. No, I don't think. Damn it. I wonder if I can find it on Google Earth. What do you mean no results? I just want to put it into perspective how big this street was. Edgbaston's a big place. I don't think I'm going to find it just by searching that, am I? What's it called? I know how I can find it. Pizza near Edgbaston. Oh god. There's a really good, great pizza place. Yeah, I think I'm. I think I'm gonna find it. Nah, doesn't matter. Oh well. Check your Google Maps history for location. Good idea. Good idea. Got it. Got it. There it is. It's actually been updated on Google Earth as well. So this place, this whole street is granite block paving. They spent 3 million quid getting this changed from granite to from tarmac to granite, and we had to block off the road like here, which was a nightmare because I don't know whether anyone's ever worked in Birmingham, like out on the street or anything, but people don't care at all. We put barriers up here and people would just move the barriers and drive through. It's like we're in the middle of the street here. 2 vans, pressure washers, hoses all over the street, teams of people, and people are just like weaving in and out of us, just driving through. Just moving the barriers, not a care in the world. And delivery drivers would just move the barriers, come up, deliver a parcel, and then drive back out again and not put the barrier back. So other people thought, oh, there's a gap in the barrier, I can sneak through. Like it. Oh my God, it was so frustrating. We tried to sort of, first we put barriers here so people could still turn around, but then we actually realised we had to clean this block as well. So we had to block it off here, because by the time people had pulled into this road and come halfway down, they're already committed. So it's like you can't exactly reverse all the way back out. It was very difficult anyway. And so part of the job was also to clean some of these shop fronts. And I think the customer, it's a private road, and the customer was so happy that all the shop fronts now want cleaning. I'm just intrigued. This is not including the shop fronts, but I just want to see. Oh, why can't I move? There we go. Roughly how big we're talking. It was a mammoth job, and I can't believe we done it in a day, by the way. There was 4 of us, and we did this whole street in a day. It's almost too... Lee got it wrong. Lee literally said just over 1,000 square meters. That's almost 2,000 square meters just on the road and the path, plus all the shop fronts. That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure he didn't get it wrong. I'm sure he just misspoke, but and they did some of the walls. They did some of the like the pillars and stuff. Massive job. 4 of us. One day. It was a long day, mind. We got there, well, we left at 6 in the morning. Got there at... Oh, what am I doing? We didn't clean all the way down to there. Probably cleaned down to about there, roughly. And then, yeah, I think we left about 4, half 4 maybe. I can't remember. So, yeah, over 2,000 square meters. Insane. Hey up, Shag. What's up, Batman? You're right. How old are you? I'm 31. How old are you? I'm surprised how busy I'm getting at the moment today alone. I've got 2 extra jobs and a few quotes. I'm not complaining though. Yeah, I'm very surprised at how things are picking up very quickly compared to like where I was last month and the feeling I had last month with the lack of work coming in. I was getting really worried. But now since I've been pushing the gutter cleans, I've even had some pressure washing work come in. I had a school reach out today to go and quote some pressure washing on tarmac. There's so many opportunities out there. It's just like you've really got to try and get yourself out there and get noticed. And think outside the box. My brother, he's a genius, I swear. I'm not going to say what he's done because it's like a strategy that we're just testing out at the moment. But he's a wizard. The stuff that he's found, the contacts that he's managed to generate, we're already seeing inquiries come in from the marketing that he's doing. Just think outside the box and just... He was pushing me to give leaflets out today. Like, we were literally driving past places. And he's like, God, I can't stop staring up at the gutters now. He's like, Jake, stop. Go back. I just want to give him a leaflet. It's like, Zach, if we did this all day, you know how much time we'd spend just giving leaflets out? It's like, yeah, but you've got to get these opportunities. So I can literally see stuff overhanging from the gutters. And these are quite big businesses and stuff. And so we were stopping every so often and just running over, sticking a leaflet in. It's so much easier when there's 2 of you. One person stays in the car with the engine running or the van or whatever, and the other one just runs in. Like, doing everything in this business is so much easier when you're not on your own. Packing up equipment, breaking things down, getting set up, having one person talking to the customer while the other person's looking for a water supply. Like, Zach can just wind that hose reel in. I swear, on a standard pressure washing job, just me being able to ask him to do these little bits and him pressure washing while I'm doing some little bits like getting the chemicals ready and stuff, it's got to be saving us like at least half an hour on every job, easily. And you obviously get the banter and the oh look, this is how it used to look before they block paved it. And it's the nice block paving. It's not sand. It's everything's like pointed. Like, is it flow pointing? Flow point. So it was really nice to, yeah, it kind of looked like that, but it wasn't the cobble. It was... This would make me nervous doing this. Just nervous that it's not going to stain the blocks. Yeah, it looked like that. Oh, God. Can I just not get a big picture, please? Can I just click on something where it expands it? Where's open image in new tab? Oh, it's small. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just being pedantic at this point. I just want a big picture of some flow point. See, that would make me so nervous. I would love to offer this flow pointing. Like, what if you can't get it off the slab after it's been laid? Or after you've ground out the pointing, washed everything, and it looks beautiful, and then you sweep a load of this in. What are the odds that it doesn't What are the odds that it stains the patio? And I suppose it depends on which surface. You know. That's a big job. Maybe you needed a marshal to control the barrier. Yeah, I mean, we were sort of taking it in turns to nip back and put the barrier back up after the wind blew it down or after someone moved out of the way or whatever. But yeah, it was very annoying. Luckily, it wasn't a particularly busy road. If it was, it could have been way different if it was a busier road. Just remembered phone to PC links. Push bullet works well. Thank you. Just sending stuff from your phone to the laptop. When I was civil engineering, we used to close roads and dig them up to relay sewers, and people still used to try and push through. That's crazy. When there's a big hole in the road. Evening, Richard. Welcome, mate. How you doing? Have you persuaded your brother to join you permanently? It's not something I've brought up with him yet. I think he'd like to. And just based on the conversations we're having, like, he could, no word of a lie, he could quite easily join me. And the way we're going at the moment, he could earn a decent wage. He's already adding value. He's already bringing in new leads that I wouldn't have reached before. And if we can stay as busy as we are now with like 3, 4, 5 jobs a day, there's no reason he couldn't come on board and I could pay him a full-time wage. I want him to come on as a project manager. And even when like the tools are quiet, when there's not enough work for both of us and it's just me going out, he could be doing so much on the computer to push the business. And then obviously we'd, get another van, and he's already talking about, get another van, another pressure washer set up, another vacuum. One person doing this, you're doing this, He could, no joke, he could elevate this business to a whole new level if he came on board. I think we'd be much busier than I am now on my own. Like, I've got time. This week's been a bit tight, but I've got time to record videos while I'm working. And then on an evening, like, video edit, do these live streams. I get the feeling that if we're as busy as I am this week with Zach, doing the jobs we're doing, potentially doing longer days and stuff, I got a feeling that I'd probably have less time on my hands for all the YouTube stuff and things, because I'd be focusing so much on the business. I quite like the balance I've got now, and I tried to explain this to Zach earlier. Like, it's not all about money. I'm trying to strike like a nice work-life balance. This is part of the reason why I started my own business, because I don't just want to work. I don't want to work 48 hours a week. I can go and do that at Aldi and be miserable and just do mindless, brainless tasks and be under someone else's authority, just follow instructions. Like, I don't want to do that. Yes, I want to earn my own money and I want to be paid well, but at the same time, I want more time for my family. I want more time to chill. If I want to book a holiday, I'm in charge. I can just do what I want. Don't do it, not Aldi. You're right, Dan. How you doing, mate? You need a road closed sign at the junction. Oh, that's a good idea. I think they were actually in two minds whether they were going to close the road on the day. They were thinking about just cleaning half the road and then going back up and cleaning the other half and just sort of closing half the road so people could still go up and down, which might have been a better idea, I'm not sure. Chapter 8 signage, what does that mean? I know in a few years' time I may look to take someone on, but it will be a massive decision and investment. It will obviously depend on the business. Yeah. I think Zach thinks that I'm avoiding taking someone on because I've got like trust issues. And I mean, part of it is obviously you need to find the right person. But the other part of it is like at the point where I'm hiring someone, I'm making a commitment that I'm gonna be able to pay you every week or month. And like I was nervous as to whether I'd be able to pay myself through this winter or not. And luckily it's going well so far, so that's not an issue, but so I don't know how well established the business is around my town as to whether people know me, whether people know that they're going to get booked in with me at some point because I offer these services. Like, I don't know what people think. I don't know how well known I am. £30 here for hypo. They should have just put the vans in the way. I did suggest that, yeah. I did all my chapter 8, but people take no notice of it. What's chapter 8? Is that a course? Chapter 8 signage. I did all my chapter 8. Is it like a course you go on to be able to put signs up or something? I don't know. I don't understand. Salt spreader looks a bit plasticky, especially the wheels. Yeah, it does, yeah, but... And it's probably overpriced at £200, but... I think Screwfix sell one. You can get them in a few different sizes. I need to add some more stuff to my website. And Zach was having a quick look through this and he suggested like less text on the front page. You could probably go into more detail on the tabs in these. Like, this is fine, but on the first page on the home, no one's going to be reading all this. So I'll probably... I mean, this was ChatGPT, some of it, so... But he's right. Chapter 8 is the official way of doing road closures, signage, etc. Okay. Does it give you permission and authority to, or it just tells you the standard practice of how you should do it, where you should put the signs and stuff? How would you mix that hypo? So that particular one, so this one doesn't, by the looks of it, doesn't have any surfactant in it. I might be wrong, but this looks like just pure sodium hypochlorite, 14 to 15%. So at that point, you'd want to add your own surfactant, because without surfactant, it's not going to stick to the surface. It's going to, yeah, it might stay on top of the surface, but chances are it's going to go into places where you don't necessarily want it, and it'll dry out quicker. And the idea of having a surfactant mixed in with it, I'm just going to pull Pure Seal's surfactant up because it's the one I actually use. It's got wetting agents in it, so it stays wetter for longer. Which, if you've ever used chemicals applied to like external surfaces, you know what I mean by it stays wetter for longer. Like sometimes you have to keep reapplying the chemicals because you don't want it to dry out. Whereas you can use less chemicals if you just add surfactant to it. So this bubbles up. It's essentially like almost like a washing up liquid, but this is purpose made for things like sodium hypochlorite, so you know it's going to be safe. So it foams up. It adds a scent mask, so it kind of masks the smell of the hypo. It's still quite strong, but it's a slightly different smell. So wetting agent and it foams, so it sticks to the surface for a lot longer, especially like things like render and stuff, like vertical surfaces. If you were to just spray neat or like diluted hypo onto render, it's just going to drip off, and the stuff at the top is probably hardly going to be affected. But when you add surfactant, you can leave it on there for like 20 to 40 minutes and it will stay where you want it to stay. Is surfactant better than a good dose of fairy liquid? Well, you've got to be very careful with which washing up liquid you use, because some of them aren't safe to use with bleach, and you could be mixing you could be creating a very dangerous like chlorine gas. And you can tell when you use this stuff, it's like a lot gloopier than washing up liquid. So I don't necessarily know if it's better, but the fact that this is marketed as hypo-stable, I'd rather use this than just risking some random washing up liquid. So in answer to your question, Lindsay, this one dilutes 500 ml to a 25 litre drum. And so when you order 5 litres, you can literally use this 10 times. You can buy 10 25 litre drums by the time you run out of this stuff. Although I do add slightly more. I add about 750 ml to a drum just to make it extra foamy, because I'm using it through an X-Jet as well most of the time. Bullet points on the front page, maybe that's a good idea. Bullet points. Although I'm not sure bullet points look very professional. Not necessarily professional, but like aesthetically pleasing. Not sure, but I'm not sure I like the look of bullet points. They remind me of school work. Do you need to tell emergency services of road closures? Potentially, I don't know. You need to apply for a road closure license with advance warning, signage, etc. The chapter 8 is the distance between the signs, type of signs, temporary traffic lights, etc. Okay. The other thing to note is this was a private road with an owner, so I don't know if that changes things as well. I'm going to start using my sprayer to apply hypo over my X-Jet. I feel like it isn't accurate and goes through the product quickly. Yeah, we had to do it on a job the other day. Very difficult job. I'm just gonna. That's a way that I can do this. I can just put them in the Discord. Oh, that's so much easier. Oh, they're already in the Discord. That's even easier. Bloody hell. Photos, here we go. So, this patio that we had to do the other day. I want to zoom. Let me zoom. Can I really not zoom any further? Come on. Come on. Anyway, you can see it's a very old, very black patio. And when I quoted this job, I knew that it was that composite concrete slab. What was it? Reconstituted concrete slab. Like I spoke about in one of my other videos, that had lost its coating. It's so old, it's lost its coating, it's weathered, all the aggregates showing through. And so all this lichen and algae and moss had like seeped into the pores of the slab. And so I knew it was going to be an absolute pain to clean. This was the end result. Loads of black spots everywhere. But I can't believe actually how well it came up. I was quite happy. And the lady was very happy as well. But I took a picture, this bit particularly because it was under the shelter and stuff, that looked much better. But you can see the difference we were making just by pressure washing it. Can you see that very clearly? I don't suppose you can see it very well on stream. But like we started pressure washing, we were doing the tops of the walls and we were doing some of the worst bits. And in some places, you couldn't even see where we'd washed. Like, it was so baked on, the pressure washer was making no difference. So this is an example. On the left is where we've pressure washed. On the right is still to be done. And then I want to show you another example of what the hypo did. I thought it was quite cool to see. It was Zach's idea to just treat one area to see, one, the dilution of chemical that we're going to need, and two, how effective it's going to be before we do the whole area, which I thought was very clever. So he grabbed the sprayer, the little pump sprayer, and he actually just, so this has all been pressure washed, but the left side, it's not a very clear picture I know, but the left side had been sprayed with neat hypo. So you can see the difference chemicals make. If I'd have just pressure washed this, it would have looked shocking. And I was able to like show the customer this picture as well, and she was very impressed. So in the end, my point was, in the end we had to go back over the entire area, even though we'd already used the X-Jet to apply the hypo at 5:1 twice actually. It still didn't do anything really. We then went in neat with the pump sprayer over the entire area, and it looked much better at the end. So that's before, after. So yeah, it's little things like that like Zach's contributing already. I was washing and he was like, shall I just go and fill the bottle up and we'll put it on neat and just see what happens? I was like, yes, that's a fantastic idea. Yes, do that. Just sort of bouncing off each other and giving each other ideas and stuff. It's really nice. It was years ago, so I might be wrong with how long it took. I think it was a 4-day course. Oh, okay. Don't get me wrong, the X-Jet is fantastic for massive areas. Anything over like 50 or 60 square meters. I'd probably go even bigger actually. Anything over maybe 70 square meters, and the X-Jet really comes into its own, and you can really see the benefits. Anything under that, it's hardly worth even getting it out and setting it up and stuff. Might as well just get the pump sprayer out. What's everyone been up to? So for those of you that haven't seen, we've got in the Discord, we've got a quoting section where we help each other out with quotes. We show each other the messages and stuff that we've been sending to customers to see what sort of response we get back. We're sharing our pricing with each other, which I think is really important to do. So this was one that we got the other day. So me and my brother have won a gutter cleaning job on a salon, 260 quid. So this is the front portion of a salon, and then the back portion just there. So it's only pretty much one line of gutters all the way around. This is the only small bit on the left here where we need to like bring the poles down and do like a little extra bit, but the rest of it is just one row of gutters all the way around. Minor repair at the top here where we just need to seal a leak. And then we've quoted this solar panel job for £175 to clean 16 solar panels. So if anyone wants to be a part of the Discord where you can see all this, you can get feedback from people, you can see what other people are charging. You know, it's not just me posting all this stuff, other people are sharing their wins as well. So we've got a quoting section, we've got a photos section where we just, again, share what we've been up to. And then obviously the general chat is just absolutely chock full of information. So if you want to become a member, I'm just going to run a little advert. Hope you don't mind. It's only going to take about a minute of your time. See you in a sec. Now these videos take a lot of time and effort to film and edit on top of trying to run a successful pressure washing business. If you find any of the information in my videos useful, then I'd like for you to consider becoming a paid member of the channel. Circle members and above will get access to my private Discord for members only, where you can pretty much get a hold of me 24 hours a day for inspiration, technical help, marketing advice, or just a general chat. I post pictures and videos that you won't see on any of my other socials. You'll be the first to hear about giveaways, special offers and announcements, and it's just generally a nice place full of like-minded people who are all heading towards similar goals. We've got various different experience levels, we've got a few professionals in the chat as well. If you want to push your business, in my opinion, this is the place to be. We also have two other membership tiers. One is just to show a bit of support for the channel, and the other one is for boosted members, which will not only give you access to the private Discord, but also loads of high quality promotional images for you to start your business. I know what it's like when you're ready to get going, but you don't have any before and after pictures to put on your leaflets. At the moment, there's about 150 images that you can use for pretty much whatever you like, and my intention is to constantly update these over the next few years with all of my before and afters that have helped promote my business. Last thing before I let you go, new videos come out every Monday night at 5:30, and then I go live at 7:30 to chat to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. We do live quotes for real customers and just generally keep up to date with everything going on in the pressure washing world. Thanks for watching, back to the video. Thank you for sticking around for that advert, that slight intermission break. I was doing a builder's clean on the weekend and the wash with the hypo came out amazing, and I loved his pavers. I think it will look amazing when it's all finished. So did you just do a test patch, or is it like a multiple day job? It's always nice watching the hypo actually work, isn't it? It's insane what a difference it can make as well. Those black spots that are so difficult to get out, and you're pulling your hair out, and then you just do one pass with like a 5-to-1 mix of hypo, and it just dissolves, and it's just gone. It's perfect. So good. Oh, you only did the test patch. Nice. So the customer. So if you're impressed and you're happy with it, then the customer's definitely going to be happy with it. Have they booked in? Does the X-Jet tend to use more chemical? I would say yes, expect to use more chemical. I think it's negligible because of the speed. the speed in which you can put it down on the area. So potentially what you're using in chemical, you're saving on time, potentially, depending on the size of the area. Can we use sodium hypochlorite on silicon-based render? I believe so. Yeah. Pure Seal do a product that it's called Nuclear Pro. I'm sure you've heard of it. People really rate that for render. Just look on the Pure Seal trade page or the Pure Seal page. They're always posting before and afters from other people, showing that their like render results and stuff with. I'll show you. It's just easy to show you. Should the unloader be turned down? Yes. So you want to turn your revs down on your machine, turn your unloader all the way down, so you've got as little flow and as little pressure as possible, and then you'll draw the chemicals and it'll foam up a lot nicer. Yeah, I think you would use more chemical. Stuff like this, look. Nuclear Pro. Before and after. It's always Nuclear Pro on render. So, yeah, look, again, another one, Nuclear Pro. Nuclear Fallout, which is a stronger version of Nuclear Pro. More render, Nuclear Pro. So it does seem to be the product to use, and yes, it is just sodium hypochlorite with all the surfactants and wetting agents and scent masks added. I don't know if it's the same mix, the same formulation that you get if you were to just pour their Surf Boost into some standard sodium hypochlorite. I don't know if there's some extra wizardry going on in there. My experience with this product is fantastic. Every time I've used Nuclear Pro in the past, it's been great. It's done exactly what I wanted it to do. The only reason I switched from using Nuclear Pro was just because I wanted to spend a little bit less on my hypo. That's all. And it's only a little bit less, really. And when you consider the time, I thought you shouldn't use hypo on K-Rend. I don't know. Honestly, you might be surprised to hear that I've never cleaned render, so I don't know. Also, what is K-Rend? What's the difference? Is it a brand? Is it a product? Why do people refer to it instead of just calling it render? Is K-Rend better than sand and cement? So does K-Rend have like the silicon added? What's the difference between silicon render and K-Rend? Silicon render is particularly well suited areas with harsh weather conditions. K-Rend is also a durable option, but it may be more prone to staining and may not be as water resistant as silicon render. So K-Rend is not silicon render. K-Rend is a brand. K-Rend is the coloured render. K-Rend is silicone. Mixed messages here. What is K-Rend? Traditionally produces a thick coat rend that is mineral based and processed using limestone. Oh, so it's limestone. So yeah, you probably shouldn't use hypo on that then in that case. Maybe just stick to biocide on that one. Cleaning is also easy to do. You should treat it every month with an algicide, spraying the mixture with your hose. There is no need to power wash with K-Rend. There we go. There we go. K-Rend is designed to be algae repellent. We've heard that before, haven't we, boys? How often has a manufacturer said that? Contrary to popular belief, algae is more likely in cleaner air. So if you live in coastal or rural areas, K-Rend is algae repellent. Weatherproof, is actually permeable to water vapor. I guess that means you're not locking water into your bricks, which is important, I've heard. Never have to paint, 30-year guarantee. I'm on the Pure Seal Module 2 course in a couple of weeks, so I'll let you know. Oh, that's specifically the render course, isn't it? All I know is don't use hypo on K-Rend or anything really harsh. I use Pacific Soft Wash that is safe with K-Render. Okay, so yeah, I'm guessing probably because it's limestone based, you'd want to use biocide then. They're really, Pure Seal are really pushing these render images at the minute. It seems to be like the majority of what they're posting. I wonder if it's the time of year to clean render. Again, Nuclear Pro and Biocide. Nuclear Pro on this patio. That looks like a really satisfying before and after. Bet the customer was absolutely buzzing with that. Nuclear Pro again. Concrete and grout remover. Nuclear Pro. I'll do a test patch and put it in the Discord. You're going to do a test patch on K-Rend? Is that what you mean with hypo? I'm off to bed. Have a good night. Have a good week all. Sorry. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for watching. And you, mate. Have a good one. Fallout Pro, which is the stronger version of Nuclear Pro. Apparently the Fallout Pro you can mix like 6-to-1 and you'll still get just as good results, like at a lower dilution because of the surfactants and stuff that they put in it. Oh, what have they used on this? Back 50. I wonder how they've cleaned. Have they done that with a pressure washer? It looks like they might have back 50'd first to kill all the moss, which is why it's brown, which you're not actually supposed to do anymore. It's illegal. And then they pressure washed it. That must have taken ages to pressure wash. And what surface is that? It looks like a bowling green. But surely a bowling green's got like dirt underneath it. I didn't know they did outdoor artificial grass crown green bowling. They'll probably use a surface cleaner on the whole thing. But even so, that must have took ages to rinse. Test patch on John Stone's silicon enhanced render. I can't see silicon reacting with the bleach. No, I don't think it's a case of the silicon reacting with the bleach, because I mean, you've got silicon grouting in your bathroom and people put bleach and mold spray on that, which is, the mold spray has got sodium hypochlorite or biocide in it, depending on which one you buy. So it's safe on silicon, I would say. It's just whether it's safe on the mix of, it depends on what it's been mixed with, I suppose. If it's limestone, then yeah, you shouldn't use bleach on limestone. Bathrooms and bleach go hand in hand, exactly, yeah. I'd quite like to do a render clean. I also want to do one of these, mind you, that looks like tarmac in the background. Would it be tarmac? I don't know. You know, the school, the playgrounds, the spongy rubber playgrounds. I also want to clean one of those, just because it looks fun. It looks like you get a good transformation on those when they're all painted in like red and blue and stuff, and they really pop once they've been cleaned. That's a nice little result, although it'd be interesting to see to see what this would have looked like dry, because I guarantee as soon as it dries up, those oil patches come back. And so this picture, it's a little bit disingenuous to show the before and after, the before being dry, obviously, and the after being wet like that, because oil always looks worse when the when everything's dried out. It's why on those oil removal jobs, it's so difficult to tell how good a job you've done, because you've got to wait for the surface to dry before you can see. Right then. So the plan this week, we're going to do some more Christmas lights. I've realised like Christmas lights are actually a decent amount of effort more than what I'd like. In terms of there's easier money to be made. Like you are, even if the lights are organised, you're still faffing untangling them. Although with two people, it might speed up the process, but even just doing this little bit at the top here, see that top row there? Untangling the old ones, just literally taking the old ones off of that balcony and putting the new ones up, probably took me the best part of half an hour. Which I feel like it shouldn't take that long just to do that little bit, but it did. I couldn't have done it any faster. I was organised, I had everything with me. I had all my cable ties, my clips, the lights were boxed, they were brand new. It's not even that impressive, it's not even a big bit. On the other hand, this one here, this one didn't take that long. And that's like a longer row of gutters, longer row of lights. like 15 meters worth of lights, that is. So I'm looking forward to later in the week. I might even film it, actually, film the whole process and time it on camera as well, so you can see exactly how long this job's going to take, because we've got 3 Christmas light jobs this week. So I think it'd be quite interesting for a video. Maybe I'll film all 3 of them, do like a big compilation video, and then by Monday you'll see whether I think installing Christmas lights is worth it. I'll be very transparent in how much I've quoted, how long it's taken, and then we'll figure out together whether it's worth it. I think that's a good idea. Because other people have been asking in the chat whether it's worth installing Christmas lights. And all of these ones are ones that people are supplying themselves. So I haven't had to do any of the work to like measure or pick a certain style of light or anything. The customer's done all that for me this time, which is, I think, nicer. It's either you supply the product and upcharge, you know, put a percentage on top of the product, but you've still taken a lot of effort to measure and to like pick a nice product, and it takes quite a lot of time to research and stuff. Or you just go, ask the customer to make sure the lights are organized by the time you get there, ask them to make sure they've got an appropriate power supply or an extension lead if they don't. I suppose as long as you communicate, you can make it fairly hassle-free, but yeah, just untangling lights and stuff, it's a bit of a nightmare, really. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'm going to call it there, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this week. Lots of cool things in the works. Zach's bringing some very cool ideas to the business, which I'm excited to share at some point. So, thank you guys for watching. Join the Discord if you fancy. You just click join on here, and then you get the option to join as a paid member. So anything above circle member will give you access to the Discord. Yeah, thanks for watching. Your quoting tool is good, by the way. Oh, thank you. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, smelt.club will take you to the quoting tool, and this will just give you a rough breakdown of what you're quoting. So if you want to quote like a tarmac job, and it's 75 square meters, you just type it in there, type in your base price, and it'll give you the total. If it's like block paving and you need to add sand, by the way, you can adjust this base price. If you don't want to charge £3 per square meter, you can drop it down to £2.50 or whatever. Then if it's block paving, you want to resand it, you just click that, type in the cost of your sand, type in whether you want to add labour per square meter or not. That'll add it up for you, add it onto the total, and it'll tell you how much you're charging. So for 75 square meters, for me, I'd be charging about £4 per square meter, around about 300 quid. It'll tell me roughly how many bags of sand I need. Obviously depends on the joint width as well. Need a hypo one as well. Yeah, I could add products, add chemicals, couldn't I? I mean, you could use sealing for chemicals. This will do the same job that chemicals will do. So the cost of the chemicals per litre, coverage of the chemicals, how many coats, how many applications you'll need, and whether you want to add labour for the chemicals. So this sealing, yeah, you can do sealer. I could change that to sealer / chemicals, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much. See you in a bit.